Jesus encountered a woman who knew exactly who he was. He left the land of Israel and he traveled with his disciples north up to Tyre and Sidon. And there he met a Gentile woman who knew exactly who he was. It says in Mark chapter 7, verse 24, "And from thence he arose and went into the borders of Tyre and Sidon and entered into an house and would have no man know it, but he could not be hid. For a certain woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him and came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. But Jesus said unto her, Let the children first be filled, for it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it unto the dogs." Now, that is a very strange way to talk to a desperate woman. And it tells us what Jesus' ministry was all about. This is really the only time that he left the land of Israel in his ministry. He primarily ministered there. He tells her in the book of Matthew, verse 24 of chapter 15, "I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." Now, that doesn't mean that Jesus doesn't have compassion for the whole world or that he didn't come to save the whole world. But in his earthly ministry, his emphasis and focus was on Israel, and then he would send his disciples out from there. But in his work, he came to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He also says, let the children first be filled. And this is the pattern that we see even in the apostles' ministry. In Romans chapter 1 and verse 16, Paul says there, "I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it's the power of God unto salvation to everyone who believes, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek." And so this is the pattern of God's way of spreading the good news of Jesus. But he tells her, he gives her this illustration. It's not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. Now that would have offended many people, and many people would have huffed and puffed at that and gone away upset that someone might make a reference to them being a dog. But it doesn't faze the woman at all. She says in the very next verse, "She answered and said unto him, Yes, Lord, yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs." Matthew's account tells us, "Then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt." In Mark, he says, "For this saying go thy way, the devil is gone out of thy daughter." And when she was come to her house, she found the devil gone out, and her daughter laid upon the bed. I love this story because it helps us to understand that when someone truly knows who Jesus is, when they recognize him for who he is in truth, they don't come to him with pride, with arrogance. They come to him with a recognition that I am a sinner, that I deserve judgment, that I don't bring anything to this situation. And Jesus is the Son of God. He is the Son of David. She recognized exactly who Jesus was. In Matthew's gospel, he says in chapter 15, verse 22, "Behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou Son of David." She knew who he was, and she knew who she was, and she knew that she needed him. And so she comes to him in great faith, he says. And he recognizes that faith. He answers her prayer without going anywhere, without doing anything. He has absolute, complete authority over unclean spirits. And he says, "Let it be unto you as you've said." The devil is gone out of that child. I just want to encourage you today. Let's be like that woman. Let's recognize Jesus for who he is. We deserve nothing. But if we'll come to him in faith and trust him, he can do anything. He can give us the life that we so desperately need. God bless you. Have a great day.